Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. Now, before the verdict, I was planning on doing a couple of different videos. I have now, due to the injustice we have seen today, decided to move those to tomorrow. I will tell you what you should be expecting from my channel before we close out this video today. What can we take from this unjust verdict? My dad used to talk about it. He was a cop in Pierce City many years ago. And he used to come home and rant about the good old boy system, about corrupt politics within policing, within the judiciary system during the time. He called it the good old boy system. I was hoping against hope that the UK was not the same. I figured it was 2021. The world had changed since that time, but apparently, unfortunately not. Things haven't changed much since the 80s. What I think this all boils down to is that they're going to back their own, regardless of whether or not the judgment made any coherent sense. When you go and tell me, after reading through all that and having it put before you that she lied about the donations, and you're going to tell me that he was thorough and fair and he made his decision not based on the donations. But here's the thing. Okay? Here's the thing. The fact of the matter is, it is literally in his judgment, him concluding it couldn't be a hoax and she couldn't be a gold digger because of the fact that the nameless one supposedly donated all that money to charity. Past tense. Remember, 3.5 million was donated, split between the CHLA and the ACLU. The fact that it was exposed that this was a lie, and they still upheld the judgment, saying that should it go forward to appeal, he had no chance of winning, is ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. But I'm speaking to you as an autistic, as a disability rights, autism rights, and neurodiversity rights advocate of many years. At this point, I'm an old warhorse. And again today, I'm reminded of the parallels of how this case is being treated and what happened during the fight with the Judge Rotenberg Center. If you want to see what they're all about, please go onto my channel, find the video that starts with the title School of Shock. It took 16 years, in spite of not just audio, but actual video evidence of what took place there. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, what this verdict does today is confirm the bias against anyone who happens to be born a particular way. A long time ago, that was just aimed at us people with disabilities. Now it is being aimed at all men. All men. All men are guilty because they were born male. That is what a verdict like this tells me. A verdict like this tells me that we have every right to treat people with addictions as subhuman. It's okay to stereotype them as all violent. It is okay to throw them under the bus and destroy their careers and not listen to any freaking coherent evidence that they bring forward. He's being stigmatized and stereotyped on multiple fronts with this judgment. And it's bullshit, folks. And sadly, I've seen it all before. Because with the Rotenberg judgment, let me talk to you about some parallels real quick. They would categorize us, the people who were receiving the shock treatments, as violent, a danger to ourselves and everyone that we are surrounded by. That is in spite of the fact that Andre McCollins was not violent, had assaulted no one, and the only thing he was trying to do was get away from the people who were torturing him. But they categorized him as violent, as the other people they put under that treatment as violent, as an excuse to continue their bizarre, barbaric behavior at the center. This is what they're doing to JD. This is what they're doing to men in general. This is what they're doing to people with disabilities like mine every single day. This is what they're doing with people who suffer from addiction. They will have their ads all over media. You can get help. We are there for you. And then on the other hand, they will go and demonize anyone with an addiction, talking about how they have more proclivity to be violent. So, what do I want you to take from this? I've said it before, folks. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I know folks are exhausted. They feel like they emotionally can't take any more, and I understand that. Believe me, I understand that. But here's the thing. That's what they want. They want to outlast you. They want to re-traumatize you. They want you so upset that you will throw in the towel and walk away because that takes the pressure off of them. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because here's what happens when you don't give in, when you don't throw in the towel, when you don't give an inch, when you keep that heat on them every single day. As of last year, electroshocks are banned forever in the state of Massachusetts. They can never again use those freaking shocks on any student at any center anywhere in the state of Massachusetts. And that is because for 16 years, all of us, every day, kept on them. We did not give up. We did not give in. Every win they got just made us stick our feet in further into the ground. We talked about it. We made videos about it. We made blogs about it. We created organizations to assist in getting the word out and keeping up that intensity in spite of how tired and emotional and broken and triggered some of us got, because we did not give up, because we kept on them and we kept getting the actual facts out there, because the victims came forward and told their stories on YouTube, on their blogs, on the few media outlets that would be willing to talk to us. We finally got those shocks banned. And that's what we gotta do here. That's what we gotta do here. We cannot give up. This fight is a lot more than just JD versus the nameless one. We are talking about people with disabilities who are DV victims and murder victims. We're talking about male DV victims who are survivors and murder victims. We are talking about people with drug addictions who were not believed due to their illness. People, this is par the course. They will use any excuse to victim blame because we do not fit the narrative. But don't give in. Don't give an inch. Don't give them any ground. You plant your feet. You raise your head. And you tell them, I will not be moved. And in time, the truth does win out. Alright, folks. Now, real briefly, before we turn off here, I want to let you know what's upcoming on this channel. Tomorrow, I am going after Elon Musk. I got a bone to pick. And it's not even the usual bone. You see, he's created this brain chip, or he's working on it. I don't know if it's completed or not. And he feels like he can use it to fix people like me. We are now in this community apparently not just battling eugenics, but ableist technology who feels like people like me don't deserve to exist. So you better bet I am a dog with a bone. I'm going to pull up that article and I'm going to expose this shit. I do hope you'll join me with that. Number 2, due to the fact that the nameless one stands can't seem to understand what the word evidence means, I, of course, am going to be covering that in episode 10 of That Word Doesn't Mean What You Think It Means. So please join me for that. Now, folks, don't lose heart. Don't give in. Don't give an inch. Don't move a muscle. You plant your feet and tell them, I will not go away. I will not shut up. I will not back down. And they cannot silence me. Okay, folks. We don't get that many views here on YouTube, so if you could please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. We are still doing our 200 subscriber challenge, so folks, you get us up to 200 and we will live stream for the first time from Spilling Tea. Now, before we go, I do want to show you my emotional support animal. Well, that's what I call him anyway. Say hi to the peoples. Today, let him be your emotional support animal. Maybe just pet him to the camera. He's a good boy. Good boy. Yeah. This is my co-anchor. Alright, folks. Thank you for your time this evening. I do appreciate it. And I do hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.